Good evening. This is Rachael Plaine, and we're here at Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness for our candlelight yoga class. It's Friday evening, July 24th at 5:30, and we're just about to get started. I was just mentioning to everyone that's joining us live that we are going to do a restorative pose at the end. So if you have some blankets or cushions or pillows that you can use, that'll be used for a supported back bend at the end. So just gather up any props that you might have. Behind me I have 3 rolled blankets that I'm going to use, but you could use something else as well. This will be a gentle class. We'll start with our centering meditation and move through a little bit of standing flow and then relaxation at the end. So you can come take a seat on the mat. We'll start seated tonight, and I'll check in with you guys at the end. So I'm so glad you're here. Happy Friday evening. Okay, so starting cross-legged on your mat, and you can also be, and actually fix this screen here so I can see. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So starting cross legs or any other variation of seated that feels comfortable, we'll just begin our centering here. So you can have your palms down or up on your lap, and then feel the tailbone and the sitting bones and the hips rooted towards the earth. Reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling and feel the rib cage lift up off your hips. Feel your waist long and belly open. Heart and chest open and expansive. Palms of hands soft, fingers and thumbs relaxed. Allow your face to soften, the forehead, the eyes, and the jaw. As you're seated here, feel your energetic body. So feel energy flowing, prana or life force moving through the body. So sitting up tall and imagining that aura or field of energy around the body growing larger. Taking up more space, feeling more expansive, more alive, more awake, more conscious. And setting yourself up this evening to ease into your weekend. So coming off of whatever happened earlier today or earlier in the week, and allowing this practice to be an opportunity to relax, to restore, to refill your well, and to take in whatever you need to help sustain you, to help you find more peace and more ease in your days. More strength of mind and body and spirit. More flexibility of mind and body and spirit. And this ability to tap into this place of ever-present peace. To find calm amongst the storm when things may not seem so calm around you. Could you use this practice as a way to find your center more easily, more quickly? Whether you're on the mat or off the mat. And then as you're seated long and tall, connecting to your breath, take a deep inhale. And full exhale. Allow the breath to fill your whole body, your whole being with breath. Expanding through the belly. And the ribs and the heart and chest opening up. As you exhale, slowly releasing the chest, relaxing the ribs, relaxing the belly, holding empty at the bottom of the breath. And continue that for a few rounds, letting that wave of breath wash over your body, your mind, and your spirit. Feeling more and more relaxed, at ease, at peace with each breath. With each inflow and outflow of the breath, allowing yourself to soften, to surrender, to tap into that place of deep peace within yourself. And the next time that you breathe in, you can float your hands together to a prayer position, Anjali Mudra, letting the palms meet, and then bowing your head to your heart, holding here, and perhaps finding an intention for tonight. An intention as you move into your weekend of whatever it is that you want to invite in, of how you want to feel physically, mentally, emotionally, how you want to show up for yourself, for others, what you want to create or manifest or bring to life. And then on an inhale, slide your hands to the ceiling, lengthen the arms, lift the face. And exhale, spread the arms. So we're just going to start with our simple sun breaths that you've done with me before. So inhale, arms sweep high and wide, just starting to link the breath up with the movement. And exhale, release. Come right into your side stretch, right arm out and up. Exhale, up and over. And let's hold for tonight. So just pause here, a couple breaths. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Other side, breathe in, lift the arm. Exhale to stretch. You'll hold and take a few breaths. Good. Inhale out. Exhale, hands behind you, both of them. Interlace your fingers and open up the heart. Squeeze the backs of the shoulders together. Puff up the chest. Open the collarbones. Lift the face. And exhale, release the hands and roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's switch the cross of our legs. Stay seated for just a moment longer. So put the other leg in front. And let's take our rotation here. So take a nice big sun breath again. Lift the arms out and up. And as you exhale, rotate towards the right. So bring the left arm across your lap, the right hand behind, sit up tall. Look at the side or look over the back shoulder and take a few breaths. On an in-breath, unwind your body, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, rotate the other way. Other hand behind, opposite hand to lap. Lengthen the spine from tail to head. Look to the side or over the back shoulder. A few breaths. On an in-breath, unwind, lift the arms. Take the hands one more time behind you, interlacing your fingers, maybe the non-habitual way, opposite thumb or finger on top. Press the fist down, squeeze the backs of the shoulders together, puff up the heart and chest. And exhale, release the gaze, release the hands, and roll the shoulders. Let's come to seated. If you're sitting on something, you can move it away and just unwind the legs and take a couple of your windshield wipers to loosen up the knees and the hips. Just a few times to release any tension that might gather there. Bring the knees to the left, turn the head to the right to pause, coming into a nice easy twist here. Good. Inhale, knees through center. Exhale, knees up and over to the other side. You can turn your head away and take a few breaths there. Good. Bring your knees through center. Wiggle your feet together so the soles of feet touch, the knees widen, and then you'll come sit up and hold the ankles. Sit up nice and tall to bound angle or Baddha Konasana. And then hinging at the hips, take a forward fold, holding with a long back, or bring hands to feet and press the forearms into the calves, keeping a long spine or rounding your back. Few breaths. Lengthen the spine, press the head away from your tail. Take a hold of your ankles and then reach the heart up through the arm bones. Lift the chest, look up. Release the gaze back to your feet. Slide the hands along the knees to bring the knees towards each other, and then step the feet hip-width distance, toes forward, heels back, to bring the hands back to face your hips. Pressing into the hands, lift the heart, so you're in your modified version of a reverse table, or maybe lift the hips up a couple inches, or all the way up to thigh height. Chin to chest, or head falls back. A few breaths here. Take another deep inhale. And as you exhale, lower the hips down. And then come to all fours. So you can cross your ankles and come over the shins, or just sweep the legs around. As you come into tabletop, let's bring the wrists right underneath the shoulders, the knees right underneath the hips, and take a couple hip wags side to side, feeling the outer edge of the hip, IT band, loosening up the pelvis, the tailbone. Pressing into the hands around your back, draw the navel up and in, hollow out the belly, drop the head, hold there. Take a deep breath in, and full breath out. On an inhale, release the belly gently, lift the tailbone, reach the heart up through the arm bones, and lift the face to cow. And then do that again. Exhale, curl the spine, round the back, navel up and in, tail and head drop. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone lifts, heart shines forward. One more time. Exhale to curl. And inhale, back through cow. Lengthen from tail to head, so you're in a tabletop back. Wagging the tail, lift the shins up, move the shins to the right, and look over the right shoulder so you look towards your feet. So hips towards the right, head over right shoulder, toes and legs towards the right. Couple breaths. Inhale through center. Exhale up and over the other way. Shins drop, head turns opposite direction. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, set the shins down. Let the big toes touch. Widen the knees. Sink your hips back. Extend your arms forward and let the forehead drop. Take a gentle sway side to side across the forehead, across the hips. Loosening up the low back, the middle back, the upper back. Coming into stillness, arms could stay extended, or you could place the hands in a prayer position, bend the elbows, and let the forearms fold back towards your head. Couple breaths here. Extend the arms forward. Roll through cat. Bring the knees underneath the hips. Keep rolling forward till you come to your belly. And then when you get to be belly down, with hands back near the chest, underneath the shoulders, press into the hands, lift the chest, and then slide one hand forward and the other hand forward so you come up on your elbows to Sphinx pose. Press down into the elbows to lift up through the heart and chest, gazing forward in Sphinx. Take a deep inhale and full exhale. From your Sphinx pose, you're just going to take a little head circle. So drop the right ear to the right shoulder and then draw the chin down towards the chest. And then bring the left ear to the left shoulder. And then it's a gentle up, back, and around. So not really far back, just more up. And then do that one more time. Just slow circle towards the right. Down and to the left. And then this time when the head drops through center, gently reverse direction, and you'll do that the other way. So like 2.5 circles all the way around, one big circle. And all the way around, another big circle. And eventually drop the chin towards the chest and hold there. From where you are, relax the chest without moving the arms. So you kind of nuzzle the chest down, almost like your chest is like a hammock, the chest and the upper back, and they're hanging off the strong shoulders. Bow the head, relax your bottom, your tailbone, your hips, your pelvis. Take a breath there. Then pressing down into the elbows, press into the pubic bone, reach the heart up, lengthen the spine, sliding the tail towards the heels as you gaze forward and Sphinx. Deep breath in. Exhale, open the arms, come back onto your belly. Bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Press up and back to one more child's, and this time maybe keep the knees hip width so the belly lands on the thighs, and take the arms alongside the body so it's the backs of the hands finding the ground with palms open. Couple breaths. Good job. And then from here, extend the arms forward. Shift forward to tabletop, all fours. Take a wag of the hips from left to right, feeling the outer edge of the hip, the IT band. You're doing great. And then with the hips right above the knees, go ahead and curl the toes under and walk out to puppy. So keep the hips high and just melt the chest down and bring the forehead or the chin to the mat and get that nice big stretch in the back. Fingers spread really wide, elbows up off the ground. Few breaths. Good. We're going to make our way to stand from here. So slide the hands back by the shoulders. Press into the hands and rock back to stand up on the feet. And when you get there, feet are hip width, the knees are soft. You can give the head a shake, yes. And a shake, no. And then hold on to opposite elbow to ragdoll and take a nice little sway side to side. Then begin to find stillness here. Let the hands come off of the elbows. Bend the knees and take a slow, slow, slow roll up to stand. And then at the top, a big sun breath, arms float out and up, the palms can touch. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Close your eyes. Find your breath again, deep inhale. As you exhale, release your arms. Take a sun breath to the top. Let's interlace our fingers and release our pointer finger to steeple pose. Stretch up and over to the right, bump the hips to the left, so feel the ribs open. Come back through center. Exhale, up and over the other way. Come back through center. Exhale, release your hands behind. Drop the chin to the chest. Interlace your fingers. Press the fist down to squeeze the heart open. Lift the face up. And then bend the knees, bend the hips, and sit into skier pose. So you get a nice long diagonal line from the hips to the head. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, release the hands. Stand up to Tadasana, to pause. And exhale, bend the knees and swan dive over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to your flat back. Bring your hands up to your shin bones. Pull the head away from the tail. And exhale, a deep fold with soft knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands through prayer. Maybe choose to close the eyes for a moment as you reset and stand tall and find the breath again. Deep in breath. As you exhale, release the arms. Take one more sun breath. Lift your arms. Stay standing. Catch the hips. Walk up towards the top of the mat. Stand on the left foot and send the right leg back to warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. So instead of being on the ball of the foot, just go ahead and anchor the foot and square the hips. So you might not step it back as far as you would for a lunge. Feeling that stretch in the calf muscle of the back leg, straightening up the back leg, and then lift the arms to frame your head in Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Deep inhale. As you exhale, float your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Open up your heart, so press the fist down, squeeze the shoulders together. If you have your balance, maybe look up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips with a flat back. So just pitch forward a little bit, pin the arms against the body, and get a long diagonal line from your heel to your head. If interlaced fingers are too much, you could hold your hips. Couple breaths. You're doing great. So legs are really working here. Release the hands. Inhale, lift the torso up. Breathe where you are. And then straighten the legs. Open the arms as you spin the toes forward and the heels back, and wiggle the feet wide. Take a big sun breath. And as you exhale, just a half swan dive to catch the legs. You're going to pause there, holding the legs, pressing the head away from the tail, lengthening your spine, breathing here. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, if you can, reach towards the ground. If the ground feels too far away, you could bring a block underneath the hands or stay on the legs. And then with that flat back still, just bend the right knee. Feel the hips shift to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend the left knee. Feel your hips shift to the left. Inhale, center. And take that one more time each side, just getting into the hips, the ankles, the knees. Good. Come back through center to hold. This time, if you wanted to take a deep fold, you could, hinging at the hips, touching the ground, or not. Few breaths. From our deep fold, let's walk our hands all the way over to the left. And if you can, you're going to hold onto that left leg with both hands. And you can just kind of snuggle up towards that left leg. So just holding onto the leg, softening the elbows enough so you draw the torso towards the leg. And then go ahead and pull yourself off the leg, so lengthen the spine, stretch the head away from the tail, straighten the arms. And if you want to go a little deeper, you could lift the left arm and take a little twist. And exhale, release the left hand down. Unwind so the right arm comes out and up. You'll come high on the left fingertips, or block, or bring the left hand to the leg. And then release to a deep fold. We'll get to the other side when we come to the other side. So bend the knees, bring your hands to your thighs, press off the thighs to lengthen up, and then take your big sun breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms shoulder height. Turn your left foot forward. Bend your left knee to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Wrists are right above the ankles. Look over the front fingers. Deep in breath. As you exhale, cartwheel down, left arm, right arm, pivot on the ball of the back foot, and soften the back knee. Press into the right hand. Take a nice, easy knee down twist. Lift the left arm. Breathe here. Good, another deep in breath. As you exhale, that left hand's going to come inside the left leg, and you could be on the ground or you could be on the blocks, maybe come up onto the fingertips, and just see if you could walk your hands to the right corner of the mat and stretch them out a little further, and then bow the head. Couple breaths. Good, lengthen the spine, walk the hands back where they came from. You can frame that front leg, back out of the hips, bring the front leg back to meet the back leg, and find a child's pose. Knees hip width or wide, arms extend or fold back to head, or come alongside body, couple breaths. Good, extend the arms. Shift your body forward to tabletop, all fours. Bring the wrists underneath the knee, or underneath the shoulders, not underneath your knees. And the knees underneath the hips, and then just wag the hips. So just like we did in the very beginning. Feel the pelvis, the hips, the outer edges of the legs. And then we're gonna let the hips be still above the knees and curl the toes under. And like we did in the beginning, you could either walk out to puppy, that's what I'm gonna take tonight. So come to puppy or come to dog. So it's your choice, whatever would feel good on your body. For me tonight, I'm gonna be in puppy, but sometimes I'd rather be in dog. So there's not a right or a wrong or a good or a bad or a harder or easier, they're just different. So choose what would feel good. Couple breaths. And then let's bring our hands back if you're in puppy with me. Otherwise, you're going to walk towards forward fold. If you're in puppy with me, we're going to rock back onto our feet. If you're in dog, walk feet to hands or hands to feet. Come to stand, hip width in a forward fold. Nod yes. Shake no. Good. Bend your knees. Slowly roll up. At the top, nice big sun breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale through prayer. Eyes are closed. If that's comfortable, reconnect to any intention you set. Take a deep in-breath. And exhale, relax the arms alongside the body. So from the top, big sun breaths. This is how we began. Interlace your fingers and release your pointer. Stretch the arm bones up and over to the left. Bump your hips to the right. You could look up if you'd like. Inhale through center. Exhale, up and over the other way. Inhale through center. Exhale, release your hands behind. Drop the chin, interlace your fingers. Press the fists down to squeeze the backs of the shoulders together and open up the heart. And then bend the knees, bend the hips, sit into Utkatasana, holding that for a couple breaths. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, release your hands, stand Tadasana, mountain pose, strong body. And exhale, bend the knees, dive over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, so you stretch the head away from the tail. And then exhale, melt over your legs. Soften your knees, flat back to reverse swan dive and come up. Palms meet. Good, you're doing great. Exhale, hands to prayer. Eyes can close and soften. Stand up as tall as you possibly can. Feel that energy flowing through your body. Deep breath in. Exhale, release your arms. Do that again. Nice big sun breath. Lift the arms. Stay standing. Open the arms. Hold your body up long and strong. Walk up towards the top of the mat if you're not already there. And then we'll stand on the right and send the left leg back to lunge. So you can be on the ball of the foot. You could spin the heel down and be in your Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1, which is what we practice on the other side. So if you can do that, try for that. And then inhale, lift the arms. So Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1, you're on the sole of the back foot if you can be. Back leg straight, front knee bent, hips are square, belly, chest to the front. Deep breath in. Exhale, open the arms behind, just like we did in our warm-up. Interlace your fingers and then take a little heart opener. Squeeze the chest open if you can. Lift the heart, lift the chest, look up. And then pitch your body forward. Lengthen your spine from your heel to your head. Just hold here, so long diagonal line, just pausing, working your balance, working the strength in your leg. Take a deep breath. Exhale, release the hands, lift the arms above the head. Straighten your front knee. Open up to a wide-legged stance. Turn the toes forward, the heels back. Wiggle the feet nice and wide right below the wrists. Parallel feet. Lift your arms up, inhale. Exhale, just to a half fold. So engage your core, draw the navel up and in. Press the head away from the tail. Lengthen your spine so you're long and strong here. Take another deep breath. And if you want to release the hands to the ground, you can, only if that feels comfortable. If not, keep them on the legs. You could also put a block underneath the hands. And then you're just going to bend the left knee. Feel your body shift a little bit to the left. Hands could stay. Back is still flat and long. Come through center, in breath. Exhale, right knee bends, hip shift. Inhale through center. One more time each side. Bend the knee, shift. Inhale, center. And last time here. Inhale, center. As you exhale here, deep fold if that's comfortable. And just like we did on the other side, this time you're going to walk your hands and body over to the right, but keep the legs where they are. So just the torso and the body walks to the right. Then you're going to take a hold of the right leg and just squeeze that right leg. Draw the body towards the right leg. Good. If it's comfortable, stretch off of the right leg, pull the head away from the tailbone, long flat back, straight arms if you can, and if you want a little deeper twist, just lift the right arm and maybe look up. And release that hand. You're going to unwind, revolving the other way. The left arm sweeps up, high on the right fingertips, head reaches away from tailbone. And exhale, lower down to melt. Bend your knees, place your hands on your thighs, lengthen your spine to come all the way up to stand. At the top, big sun breath to lift. Exhale, arms shoulder height to pause. Spin the right foot to the front, setting up for warrior two. Heel lined up with arch of back foot. Bend the front knee, wrists lined up over shoulders, shoulders lined up over hips. And then the head just turns over the front fingers. Hold there, deep breath. Exhale, cartwheel. Right arm goes, left arm follows. You close your hips and come on the ball of the back foot and gently place the back knee down to a knee down lunge. Pressing into the left hand, fingers are blocked. Lift your right arm to revolve. Try to get that long diagonal line again from your tail to your head. Deep breath in. Exhale, release your arm. Shift back. Oh, actually, we forgot this part. Take the right hand inside the right leg. I'm going to move this block over. You're going to walk your hands diagonally towards the left corner. Stretch out on your padded fingertips. Maybe drop the head so you're pretty deep into your hips here, but we're not overstretching, so there can be some buoyancy. So the hips, the pelvic floor, the inner thighs, the groin, still strong. So we don't want to overstretch. So just being conscious of that. Finding that place that's your edge, holding and breathing. Good. Walk the hands back. Frame your front foot again. Now back out of the hips. Bring the front leg back to meet the back leg and take another child's pose of your choice. Big toes could touch, arms could lengthen. Head relaxes. Hands could also press to prayer and fold back to the head or come alongside the body. Few breaths. Extend the arms forward. From here, roll through cat, rounded back. Bring the knees underneath the hips. Keep rounding forward till you can come all the way to your belly. Stack your palms or your fists. Let your head drop. Bend your knees, let your toes come up, and just let the legs fall left to right. Let the shins circle one way. And let your shins circle the other way. Good. With your toes up towards the ceiling, just start to roll your ankles around one way. Roll your ankles the other way. Lengthen your legs long on the mat. Flatten out your hands so you stack one palm on the ground and the palm of the other hand on top of the back of the hand. Turn onto the right side of your face. And come into half frog, so move the left knee out to the side. Let it be hip height and let the shin be perpendicular, or parallel rather, to the long edge of the mat or a side wall. And maybe close the eyes. Take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, extend your right arm. So opposite arm is the bent leg. Bring your left hand, same arm as bent leg, down towards your chest. And then press into the hand to roll into a side lying position. So let the head rest on the arm bone and let the left hand just land here. And we'll take a couple breaths in this side lying position. Just let the eyes close. Let your body soften. Let the breath be deep and full. Good. So you could stay right here, or if you wanted to come into a deeper twist, we're going to roll more to a knee down twist that we would traditionally come into from our backs. So I'm just going to make some space here. You're going to press into the left hand. Start to roll more onto the right hip, almost towards your back. And then open the left arm if you want, and then bring the right arm out to shoulder height. So eventually you kind of work towards getting the shoulders down, but the left shoulder might still be lifted, and the knee might pop up off the ground. And we're consciously trying to keep our head in line with our sternum, in line with our hips, in line with our bottom heel. You could look up towards the ceiling, or you could turn the head away from your knee. You could also take the right hand to the outer edge of that leg for a little extra support. Another deep breath. As you exhale, melt back into frog. So we're kind of coming back onto this right arm. It's going to feel a little trapped for a moment. Left arm lifts, it comes back to the ground, and then you can press into that left hand to free the right arm back where it came from and land in your half frog for a moment. And breathe. And take another deep in breath. Exhale, release the bent leg down to meet the straight leg. Turn onto the other side of the face. Bring the other knee out to half frog. You could be on the left side of the face, the forehead, or even turn the head in the opposite direction, wherever you feel comfortable. A few breaths. Just letting gravity take over, feeling the hips melt and relax and soften. And then gently start to extend the left arm forward, opposite arm as bent leg. Bring the right hand back near the chest, underneath the right shoulder. Press into that hand to roll onto your side lying position. So you're on your left hip, your head's on your arm, and you're breathing. You could stay in your side lying position or roll more towards the left hip, towards the back. Free the left arm out to T, and then open the right arm out to T. You can look up towards the ceiling or turn your head away from the knee. You could also take the left hand to the top of the right leg for a little extra support. Maybe close the eyes or soften the gaze. Good job. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, start to come back onto half frog. So reach the right arm to the ceiling, roll towards your belly. Place the right hand to the ground so you can sneak the left arm back underneath and make a pillow for your head as you rest in that half frog for a moment longer. Another deep breath. Exhale, release the right leg down to meet the left leg. And bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press back to one last child's pose of your choice. Knees hip width or wide. Arms extend or fold back. Or even come alongside the body. A few breaths. Bring your hands back by the shoulders. Press into the hands, rolling up or lengthening up to sit on your heels. And then take the hips off to the side. Spin your legs around to the front. And just come to cross legs for a moment. I'm going to take you into a breathing exercise or pranayama before we go any further. So cross legs, you can be sitting on a prop or not. You're going to lift the right hand, the left hand down on the lap or palm open, your choice. You're going to drop your pointer finger and your middle finger so you have your thumb and your ring finger free. Your thumb will block off the right nostril. We're coming into Nadi Shodhana or alternate nostril breathing. Eyes can close. Inhale through the left side of the nostril. Block off your left with your ring finger. Open the right and exhale. Inhale right. Block off right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Block off left. Exhale right. Continue that. This is a great breathing exercise to help balance the right and left hemisphere of the brain. Continuing to help bring peace and calm and ease and union and harmony. Take another round or so. The next time that you exhale through the left, you're going to release the hand, come back to 3-part breath, but take your time. Eventually you're sitting tall, coming into 3-part pranayama, dirgha pranayama, breathing into the low belly, the ribs, the heart and chest through both nostrils. Exhale, slowly releasing the chest, the ribs, the belly, till you're empty of breath. And just noticing any shift, any change from now and when you first started. Take another deep in-breath. As you exhale, just let the chin fall back down towards the heart. Pause there, regular breath in and out. You can let the hands slide off the lap behind you and tip back again to unravel the feet and just take a couple more windshield wipers back and forth, just like we did when we began. The next time that the knees come to the left, you'll hold. Turn your head to the right, just like we did in the beginning. Close your eyes or softly. Inhale, knees back through center. Exhale, knees the other way, head away from knees. Soft gaze to pause. Good. Inhale to lift the knees. Shuffle the feet hip width distance. Let's do maybe one or two more things here. So send the right leg long. Bring the hands to the left shin. You'll take that right knee, or right leg rather, right in line with the belly button, and then cross the left leg on top, holding the left leg, sit up tall. The same arm is twist towards the bent leg, gather it into your elbow crease, take the long arm to the ground. You could also hook the elbow across the lap, look to the side or over the back shoulder. Another deep inhale. And full exhale. Unwind your body. Take a hold of the front shin. Unwind the leg. Now have that long leg be in line with your hip. Open the knee of the left leg. Bring the sole of your left foot to your inner thigh. Right leg right in line with hip. Flex your foot. Lift your arm. Sit up tall. You could soften the bend in your knee to get up tall or not. Take a deep inhale. And exhale up and over that leg. So you'll hold the leg, the ankle, or the foot. You could have a long flat back, or you could round over your leg. Few breaths. Good. Then come on up, either roll up or lengthen up. Bring your left hand to the ground, right outside the left hip. Sweep the right arm down, press into the back hand, lift the arm, and maybe even lift the hips. Open up the pelvis and the belly. Exhale, release back down, flex your foot. Let's take a hold of the knee, bring that leg back up to ceiling, and we'll switch sides. So left leg comes long, right foot to the mat. Hold on to the right shin. Bring the left leg in line with belly button and cross the right leg on top, holding the shin, sit up nice and tall, and then lift the same arm as bent leg. Twist towards the bent leg, gather it up into the elbow crease, take the long arm down to the ground, sit up tall from tail to head, steady gaze or drishti point. Could also hook the elbow over the lap, look to the side or over the back shoulder. Couple breaths. Good job. Unwind the body. Take a hold of the front shin. Unwind the legs. Open the knee out to the side and bring the sole of your foot to your inner thigh. Keep the long leg in line with the hip. Lift your arms up. Deep breath. Exhale up and over the leg. Hold the leg, the ankle, or the foot. Keep a long flat back or deepen the fold. Couple breaths. Lengthen your spine to come up. Bring your right hand back behind the right leg. Point your left foot and toes. Press into the back hand, sweep the left arm down, and then lift the hips up if you want. If not, just lift the arm. Exhale, release back down. Good. Extend the right leg forward. Let's scooch up and get comfortable for a moment, because I'm going to take you into a restorative pose that you could use for Shavasana, or you could come into regular Shavasana. It's going to be a supported back bend, so a little different than what we've done before. So grab your blankets, bolsters, or pillows. I have 3 rolled blankets. I'm just going to grab these and stack them up. So I'm using this as a way to support my back and come into this supported back bend. So you could do this with 3 rolled Mexican blankets, which I doubt any of you have at home, but if you do, that's great, use those. If you have just like maybe a couple pillows from your bed or a couple pillows from the couch or just regular blankets that you could fold up to create this shape. It's maybe about 6 inches tall and about the length of my back and wider than my body. And what we're going to do here is just scooch our hips near this bolster or blanket or pillow stack. And then you're going to lay back. I'm going to move this out of the way. So again, it's a supported back bend. So you're coming onto your back. And then you're going to choose if you want the hips higher up on that stack of blankets and the shoulders kind of sliding off. Or if you want the hips sliding off and the head kind of falling off. So what would feel good for you? I'm going to keep my hips more up on the bolsters and let the kind of back bend waterfall down towards my shoulders. You could put something under the head too if you wanted to, or something under your bum. So decide where you want to be in this supported back bend. And the hips might not touch the ground, but they might touch the ground, and the same with the shoulders. And then wiggle your feet about as wide as your mat, and then pigeon toe your feet in so the toes kind of come in and the heels come away. And then let the inner thighs and the knees touch. Now the arms, it could be like Shavasana, but for tonight, I'm actually going to reach them above my head. If I could just push these away. And I'm going to put the back of one hand into the palm of the other. So my heart and my chest and my belly is really open here. And then close your eyes. Feel free to adjust the props. You don't want to have too much of an exaggerated curve in the back. If there's any discomfort, just kind of wiggle the props around and see if you could get into a place that feels good, where either the hips are hanging or they're supported, where either the shoulders are hanging or they're supported, but there's a little back bend. Heart and chest open. Eyes closed. Breathing here. So we have a few moments together left in our practice. I'm going to invite you to stay in this restorative pose if you'd like. And this could be our Shavasana. This could be our final rest. Or if you feel like you want to take more of a traditional Shavasana, you could eventually wiggle the hips, shimmy them down towards the ground, roll onto one side, remove the prop and lay flat on your back. So it's up to you. You can either stay here for the next few moments, or if it starts to feel too much, you can come into a regular, more traditional version of rest. But we'll take the next couple moments here in stillness and silence. From where you are without needing to disturb your rest, whatever pose you chose to be in. Just bring your awareness back. Let your breath deepen. center of your body. You want to bring movement in, start to invite movement in. Eventually make your way onto either side so you can wiggle the feet. Actually, you'll kind of wiggle the bum down. So if you're in this supported rest, just kind of wiggle your body down, walking down so you get your bottom to touch the ground. And then you could roll onto one side. You could be up on that stack of blankets or pillows or on the ground. You're not on a prop, you're in fetal position, you're holding. Pressing the ground away, let yourself come up to seated. And take cross legs or any other variation of seated. Backs of hands can touch the ground, spine long. Eyes can close. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. On an in-breath, let your hands meet in front of the heart. Let your palms touch. As you exhale, bow your head to yourself. And together, on the sound of Om, the sound of community. Starting with a letting go breath. Take a deep breath in. As your head bows back to yourself, taking one last moment to honor the divinity and the light that shine within you. Namaste. Thank you guys for being here. Happy Friday. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you real soon. For some of you, real soon. I'll see you tomorrow morning at the lake. Otherwise, next time online. I will be back again on Monday morning at 9, and I'll have the links up for you guys to register over the weekend. So we'll see you again. I'm going to turn this video off. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Awesome.